Hello, brothers and sisters in Africa, the motherland, and across all the world, this globe of the Most High. Today, we talk about something very important as we commemorate one of our black brother, Malcolm X, who was very instrumental in pushing for black power and ensuring that black people are seen as people, have a voice. So, this week, the president of Cuba, Diaz-Canel, went to pay tribute and to honor Malcolm X in the US. So, in an emotional ceremony, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel paid tribute on Monday to Malcolm X, a prominent revolutionary black activist in the United States. The ceremony took place at the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial and Educational Center in New York. And this is what he said. We have come to honor Malcolm X and pay tribute to our African American brothers and sisters, to the people of the United States, to those who fight for justice, to all those who believe, like Malcolm and Fidel, that a better world is possible. This is coming from the relationship that Malcolm X had with Fidel Castro, the first president of Cuba. You know, this guy was hated by the US, and I think he saw something very, very important in him that he created this relationship. So the president of Cuba is recognizing that relationship, and that's why he's there.
Relationship.
Yes. And one thing to note about Malcolm X, he believed that if blacks were to exercise power, they would be able to effect positive social change in their communities, thereby being active participants in alleviating their historical suffering rather than waiting for government officials to respond to their concerns. And if there are two people that I know, they were very instrumental in even enabling Africans to have voices, was Malcolm X and King. Martin Luther King Jr. Yes, and I remember in his biography, at some point he came, he was in the Islamic Brotherhood, and he came to Algeria, he came to Nigeria, he came to Sudan, and there was like one country between Egypt and Syria. He came to all those places, and there's a way that he forged this good relationship between Africa and its diaspora. And that's why even the African leaders got a voice to fight for their own people, to fight for independence. Yes.
One thing Professor Piolo Lumumba, in the interview that he did with BURKINAFASO, he was saying that Africans, a very important thing that I really, really thought about, once he mentioned it, he was like, Africans need to massage, I don't know if I'm quoting him very well, but you remind me if I'm quoting him wrongly. So it was like, they need to massage that problem of having a low self-esteem. So they need to be massaging their self-esteem so that they get out of this feeling that they are less of, they're inferior. And that is something that we have been taught at a very tender age. The white is better than you. The white is your boss. The whatever. And what I like about this, what I like about Malcolm X is that he really stood up. He really showed Africans that you can be brave. You can be the hero that they have always told you cannot be. You can speak out. You can stand out. You can, you can voice you can, have a voice in issues that are affecting you and your development. So, Malcolm X, we celebrate you, sir, and we really thank you because you have given some of us that confidence to say, no, man, this is not going the way it should be. So we can speak out issues that are affecting us as Africans, in our continent. So I really want to praise him, and I just want the speech that you just read here. I wanted to bring out that fact that Africans have a problem of low self-esteem.
We need to come together. We need to be united. It doesn't matter if you're African American or you're African. We all Africans. Africa comes first.
Yeah, and him coming to these African countries was showing the unity.
Yes, and there was a point where he went to Nigeria, and in early 1965, Malcolm X traveled to Nigeria. He said this: when I was in Ibadan, at the University of Ibadan, the students there gave me a new name, Omoale, which they say means in Yoruba, the child has returned. So if you are in the US, come home, we give you a name, and you feel great. Your ancestors will now know who you are.
And for him to talk about it, it means that he was something that made him feel good about it.
Yeah, so guys, I don't know what you think about the Cuban president following the steps of Fidel Castro and Raul, his brother, and you feel better because you have a government that doesn't recognize you, maybe racist people around you, I don't know, but you have this other person who recognizes you and pays tribute to you. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. And
see you in the next one.
We see you in the next one. Bye guys.